He hates you, bro. He really hates you.
I hate him even more, bro.
All right.
Fucking stupid ass sweater.
You ready?
Yo.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Where the hell's the big ass duck?
Oh, you missed a duck,
crazy.
don't
I
you?
miss a duck.
You guys were gonna do an intervention for me to stop using the orange, and now you want me to use the. Well, I'm bad guy.
I never
Yo,
said
you-
I
you
never
good,
said
'cause
it was
the
a duck.
Mighty Ducks
I
are
said it was
coming
the
back,
orange.
bro.
Yo, I
Orange
sent
coming
it.
back.
Who was the one that made fun of me because I sent the post? Somebody made fun of me that I sent the.
I think it
post
was
of the money.
Jeff that got you pato.
Oh, you called me a pato. Yeah, I ignored it. So
The
it's
issue
alright.
was never the duck. The issue was the orange. Now you just look like a fucking traffic cone.
But I'm not the normal ones. I'm like the big barril ones.
Yeah.
What is going on, Benchwarmers? Obviously, we are back with another episode, and you just caught the banter towards each other early on.
It's a Friday night and it's pregame time.
It's pretty game time. And the reason
Friday
why we're here
night.
is because we want to bring extra content for you guys, and also we have no lives.
And we forgot to record yesterday.
And-
We weren't.
It's not that we forgot.
We weren't
it's that
available.
we just-
Nobody
yeah,
really wanted to yesterday.
We weren't available, and it made sense today because the transfer window closes today. so-
Exactly.
Yeah,
It was-
it was
this was planned.
appropriate.
This was
yeah.
planned.
This is planned.
Definitely planned.
But to kick things
It's,
off,
it's a controlled chaos.
a little housekeeping for you. We almost have a full house here. We are missing Ricky, who should be appearing hopefully shortly,
Ricky
but
the pundit, I think he's out on the call.
I think he's out on the call. Diego is at church praying that United don't ruin Bruno Fernandez's career as well. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll dive into that conversation a little bit later.
Who had that one lined up?
On the bench, we have yours truly, Eric, the instigator. To my left,
Edgar LeSmug.
to my right,
Eddie man at a glass.
to my other left.
Who, me? Oh, I'm the interrupter, Marco.
They're gonna interrupt me. That was
No,
kind of
no.
that was
I'm
kind of a
learning.
segue right there.
2020,
Wait,
new me.
quick question: did you have that
Actually,
joke
not really.
premeditated or just it's on
It
the fly?
just kind of came on the fly once I realized why he wasn't here, and it makes perfect sense because
That's awesome.
you know they're known for ruining people's careers. Bruno Fernandez, it was nice knowing you. But that is a little
Damn.
foreshadowing for tonight's episode.
Calling him Nani, you calling him Anderson,
Well,
calling him Diego Forlan. Well,
Well,
it didn't work out in Manchester, but it worked out everywhere else.
we'll see. We'll see. So a little breakdown for today's episode. We are gonna go over some domestic competitions, some for in all leagues across the world, across Europe. Some transfer news because the transfer window did close today, and lastly, the big games matchups for this weekend. But before we get into that, they should definitely know where to follow us, where to hear us, where to view us. So if you want to tell us what the podcasts are, anybody want to take it?
Yeah, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify at Benchwarmers FC.
Awesome. Make sure you guys give us a follow, a like, a comment. Let us know what you want to hear and when you want to join in for the halftime debate on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Benchwarmers FC 1.
And you can watch all the podcast videos on YouTube at Benchwarmers FC TV and live streams as well, which I'm hoping the derby we might do.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome to do it. It's tomorrow, right?
Yes,
So
tomorrow.
Sir.
that's on the docket. We'll
That's
keep you
TBD,
posted on that. TBD. I was saying something else, but never mind. But Edgar, do you know the email address?
Bench at benchwarmersfc.com.
Make sure you guys email us there for any future content you wanna hear. If you wanna join in, if you wanna call in, give us your input, let us know. And to start off today's episode, I do want to give a special thanks to all of our listeners and viewers out there. So I have a long list here because not only are we domestic, we're worldwide. And those names I was giving you before, those are our listeners from all over the world. So, listeners from all over the
Multiples in every
world.
country?
There you go.
I'll start off with one in the country. At least as long as there's one.
So in the United States, we do have listeners from New Jersey, New York, Virginia, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. I don't know what that is, Edgar. What is that?
I can't see. I don't have my glasses.
Florida?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, Oregon, and
Minnesota.
Cali. Thank you guys for listening. But that also means that it's not our friends and family just listening to us. It's
No.
people all over the world.
Wait, so
Oh,
is that
I have a
Cali?
big
Is that
family,
Cali
so-
one Hugo by himself? Or?
I don't know. We have decent amount in Cali, but across the world,
Alright.
this is the longer list, which really caught me by surprise. And really, thank you guys for listening and viewing us. Australia, China, Russia, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Brazil, Honduras, Germany,
Honduras.
Slovakia, UK, France, Spain, Portugal, Colombia, Canada, and of course the United States, where I just listed all the states that listen to us.
Guatemala?
Nice, nice,
I love how you
nice,
listed
nice,
it backwards.
nice,
You went
nice,
to the
nice.
U.S. first and you repeated
Well,
the
those
US.
are the domestic
Por
listeners.
eso they listen to us on this podcast so they can hear your pendejadas.
I mean, not all of them speak Spanish, so you're pendejo for saying that. So,
That was that's Honduras and Spain people right there.
so a few listeners can understand what you just said. Thank you for that, Edgar.
And for the rest, just hit the SAP button on your phone.
But they don't use the word pendejo in Spain, bro.
They
use
don't.
filipollo.
Ahora Filipollo. What if, I don't even know what
Ya
that means.
pendejo.
All right, so you guys ready for the kickoff?
Like, get off.
No, what did you just say?
I don't know. I was gonna say kick. Like stop myself and like, oh wait, kick it off.
All right, let's kick it off for today's episode. So, we're going to kick things off with our favorite league. Of course, it's not the Premier League, but the domestic competition that does happen there, which is the EPL. I'm sorry. That's why we have this game here.
Because it happened on Wednesday. Bro, I gave you the list before.
And
You should have been
because
ready.
I said domestic competitions, you're like, yeah, just
It
domestic
is a domestic competition.
cup. Sorry.
Exactly.
All right, so
That's
we'll just give this to you guys because obviously I know why you put this in here.
Eddie, real quick. Liverpool 2-0.
2-0, got the job done. Salah, you need to be more clinical. That's pretty much it.
You know how it goes. He's got to miss 4 to make 1. He made the first one, so he had to miss the next 4.
He improved
It
now?
is what it is. Dude, his stats are
It
crazy.
used to be 10 to score 1. Now it's 4 to score 1.
Oh, he's
Is
so
that
frustrating.
a world class
Class
player
factor.
though? Is that
Nobody-
if you need to miss 4 to make 1? I know that's just an exaggeration on your part, but does that really?
It's not, though.
classify
It
him as
really isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't an exaggeration. And yeah, you could be that's fine. For a world-class player, yes. As long as, I think so. He makes the ones that matter. Look at Lukaku. He's got the record of missing the biggest ones. That's why he's not considered a world-class player.
United
But he
now,
puts in a lot
Inter is
more.
killing it.
Higuain, the same thing, though. He's
That's
made a
only
lot of
with-
big
with-
ones.
with
I mean,
Argentina.
Yeah,
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
Argentina.
It's not.
That's only with
It's not like.
Argentina.
It's
It
not
was
like
one
it.
penalty.
It's not like it's baseball and it's freaking. We need to get the stats on the batting average and shit. So it is what it is, man.
Alright,
But he
move
needs to
on
be
past
more
this
clinical.
Thank
Whatever.
God. Now we're finally past Liverpool.
I was just trying to make it a quick one, but obviously I kept talking, so whatever.
I mean,
What's
there's
next?
questions about your so-called Egyptian king, but let's go to the EFL. This domestic cup competition. This one was a little nerve-wracking on City side because although they did it the first time, then the first leg, they lost this game to United.
I don't
Pep
really
was
think.
flipping his shit.
I don't really think it was nerve wracking because they just kept passing the ball. Just they didn't pass the ball into the goal. So that's their own fault.
I don't know.
I mean,
did you see Pep though? He was fucking going crazy. On
Yeah,
the
but did
sideline.
you see what Bernardo Silva did? He got the ball in front of the goal and he passed it back.
That's it's symptom of the Man City
So
type
I was
of
like,
game.
I
It's
was like, yo,
yeah,
pass the ball
do it.
into the goal. Don't
That's
pass
not
it.
a man. That's the consequences of Pep football, where you just
Well,
pass.
That's the Man City game right now. That's how they play,
I
and it's
mean-
just over the top. You saw Sterling still can't score against Manchester United. He could have put the shot on target. He still misses. I mean, the team isn't firing on all cylinders right now. And when they can score, they don't score. So they got. I'm not gonna say they got lucky, but they lost at home. I mean, I guess there's no home factor for them because their home is like empty stadium. But and I'm not even bullshitting there. Pep talks about it. He said how there just isn't an atmosphere there yet. He wants it to develop, but I mean, you can't just buy that kind of feeling.
But
You can't just buy that feeling that you feel at Arsenal Stadium, at Liverpool Stadium, at even Manchester United Stadium. Although not recently because people are leaving early, but even at the Magpies.
Yeah.
Magpies.
so what do you guys think they would have to do? Let's say it's a neutral team, nobody that we care about, but to bring in those fans in.
It's
It's-
hard
it's
because it's
generational,
generation. Exactly, it's historical. It's not just something that you can just go to freaking Walmart and just buy. No, it's something that's developed over years.
Yeah, so
So-
maybe like all like you said, like all the kids that are growing up right now
Exactly.
that don't have jobs and can't buy a ticket to go to the game. Yeah, when they're out of age. And
Marketing.
yeah, I mean
Marketing.
it's all generational, man.
Bring the kids in for free. Just like, bring them to the game and just keep doing that until they grow up to be City fans, and then you have a whole generation of City fans. But
Yeah, man. Not everybody can be the New York Knicks and fill out a stadium when they're losing. So
I still don't get that, bro.
it's the New York Knicks.
Biggest city
The
in
world-
can't
the
put a
world-
basketball team together.
The world most
well,
famous
so-
arena.
and that's a small example of the ownership issues and maybe that's why Man City can't develop those fans because they just don't want to invest in the right, I guess, methods to start generating that home feeling,
It's all gonna
atmosphere.
in due time, I guess. I mean, I guess we could we'll revisit this in 10 years.
Yeah, I think the kids of now, like the kids growing up, for example, Johnny Gome, he always tunes in for halftime. A couple years ago, I doubt he would have said Man City, but just the dominance, he's a Man City fan now.
We'll see for how long.
We'll see
what
for
happens.
how long. But no, but
But no,
example,
no.
though.
Usually around that age is the age
That's
where
when you start
actually,
falling in love with the team.
solidify
you
on
know?
a team.
I mean, I don't know how I got just never mind. What's the next conversation? So let's give some love.
It was like Then they put it away.
Un codazo, bro.
If your listeners and viewers are watching that, you probably know what I'm referring to. If you don't, tune into one of our first episodes and you'll catch that then.
Now you know why I wear my glasses.
So let's give some love to Spain and their domestic cup competition with the Copa del Rey. Yeah, was it Wednesday? Was it Real Madrid played?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, Real Madrid played away at Real Zaragoza. Did the work, Marco, our Real Madrid correspondent. Any comments on that?
0-4. We did what we had to do, and we're walking away with a win. I didn't really watch majority of the game. I had to work this time. But for the most part, they use, I don't want to call it the B team, but players that aren't usually playing. Jovic got an opportunity, still hasn't been able to score, and he's consistently getting them, at least for the Copa del Rey. He doesn't score. Benzema comes in, 5 minutes later, he scores.
Yeah, and he's getting an extension, apparently.
Yes, he is. And so it's like, it's crazy. So I really don't know. With him specifically, I don't know. If everybody else are doing their job.
Vinicius scored, which was
Vinicius
a huge
scored.
thing. Which, the problem with him was he gets to the goal and he can't finish.
Yeah. For him, it's all forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks like Real Madrid on a strong start to the season, both in La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and as well in Champions. We'll see how they continue their form there. Barcelona, after having a rough loss this past weekend to Valencia, they came out.
Real Superliga, but anyways.
Someone's not salty. They got the job done against Leganés, who I believe Leganés just drew against Atletico Madrid prior to this game.
Leganés has always been a stumbling block for Barcelona. We've had troubles against them, and I'm just glad we were able to do it this time. I think Griezmann is actually stepping into the role of a center forward, and it's exciting to see if he's actually going to be able to produce the goods. So it's good times, but it's not necessarily great times just yet.
I mean, he doesn't have a choice now because Barcelona didn't sign anybody. So
And
The
Suarez
bullshit
is
that
out.
Barcelona is still talking about getting a center forward. It's like, you have Griezmann. What the fuck more do you need? I mean, you have Dembele. Okay, he's hurt. You got Ansu Fati, and you do have two La Masia players, strikers that are on your bench that you could pull up and give those couple of minutes. When Griezmann needs some time off. But regardless, we gotta really try to exploit Griezmann for his abilities and see if he can actually stir any good results from it.
Is Dembele back anytime soon?
I don't even know. Have you seen him on Fortnite?
No.
Is he playing
I
that now?
don't play
I don't play
that.
that, so.
Whatchamacallit.
he was supposed to come back at now because it's the end of the month, but we'll see where he got pushed back to.
Well, if he needs a new home, Emirates is always
We're always
apparently
welcoming
as-
free
yeah,
players.
was apparently buying
Hey,
players
we
now.
can sell him
So.
for as much as we held Pepe. You guys bought Pepe. I'll be happy to take that.
Well, he was a lot more expensive than that.
Yeah, Dembele was way more expensive than
Like,
that.
was
Exactly.
he like
I'm-
125 or something like that?
I'd be that. If we could get that back, that'd be great.
No,
you
you're
won't.
not getting it back.
Not for Barcelona.
Good luck with that.
He'll maybe get half, maybe in like 5 years.
The way that Barcelona is doing their business is not very convincing. So good luck with that. Now let's go over to the Italian domestic cup competition where Inter beat Fiorentina 2-1.
It was a back and forth game, man. I saw the highlights on ESPN FC. Inter have a good ability to make exciting games, but they do it to themselves. They should be doing better, and they're letting smaller teams catch up to them. They're not putting the results in. They did it this time, but honestly, Eddie, this is your team. I mean, they're fighting on two competitions, on two fronts right now. What do you think? You think they're gonna have enough to win either one of them?
Well, if they keep signing in the Premier League, yeah.
I mean, they're signing spuds, bro.
Stop, bro. Victor Moses was a beast under the Conte
Yeah, he was.
regime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did see. Didn't we win Premier League that year with
Yeah,
Victor
he won it.
Moses?
He
Yeah.
won it the 3 in the back system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you got high hopes.
Yeah, as long as Lukaku's on the field, yeah.
What?
Well, that's
No,
the thing.
hombre.
That's the
Bro,
thing.
Lukaku's
Look,
killing
it's-
it.
it's-
Hearing you say this though, it's like, man, I can't believe it.
He's
weird.
good. I
He
mean,
is
once-
good.
I hated him for a while, but he's
very-
good.
Well, you've hated him on Everton. You've hated him on Manchester United. Where was he before? Chelsea?
Chelsea. Actually, I have a picture with Lukaku, and I have him sign a jersey.
Over Belgium, we went to watch
My
the
brother's
practice,
jersey,
right?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
finally have a reason to follow the guy.
Huh?
That's good. That's good.
Well, I have a picture with him, but my brother
Yeah,
it's my
but-
brother's jersey, yeah.
But still, it's like,
Yeah.
your brother doesn't follow soccer like that. So if you ask him for the jersey, he'd probably be like, yeah, you can have it. So.
Oh, what am I gonna do with a Chelsea jersey?
Oh, you said a Chelsea jersey?
Yeah, it's a Chelsea
Well, just
jersey.
cut out
Oh,
the part and just stick it on the insert
I'll
jersey.
just go to the bathroom and use it for toilet paper. What do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could like paint the black lines on it and be like, yo, it's not a Zuri.
look, like Lukaku, yeah, he might have hated him, but it kind of goes back to that player that you hate, but you would love to have on your team.
I mean, like I love Sterling, but then he left, so fuck him. So
Yeah.
same shit.
Okay.
So
Coming back, you love him again.
All right. So
It's gonna
right
take a little
here,
time, but yeah.
Coppa Italia, they have a possibility of getting it.
Who-
But the Coppa Italia final is going to be very interesting. I think it's Napoli, AC. The finalists are Napoli, Juventus, AC Milan, and Inter.
I
think they're
trying to get the Milan Derby for the finals.
I don't know if
Although
it'll, I don't know if
Milan
it'll
Derby for finals?
happen.
No, because already it's Inter, Napoli, and AC Milan,
Yes.
Juventus.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right, because
Yeah.
AC Milan, Zlatan had some things to say about Ronaldo,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be
So
a
he-
good game to watch.
Stirring a pot so he could, build the viewers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean Zlatan, of course he does that shit, but I want to see that game.
It should be
I
interesting.
don't know if you guys talked about it or not. Did you see the meme of Zlatan when he was like this another player that looks just like him?
Oh yeah.
Oh, from the basketball player. Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, it's
It's,
just funny.
they asked
So
the guy.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Please go
Um,
ahead and put it on the video for everybody when you get. To
I'll-
this
I'll-
part,
no,
'cause I
well,
have
it's
no
just-
idea what you're talking about.
I'll try to look for the image. But basically they asked the basketball player, hey, he's like, with Belgium or something like that.
No, he's Bosnian.
He's Bosnian.
So they asked him, he's like, "Yo, did your dad ever go to Sweden?" And he was like, "No, my dad's never been to Sweden." And then like they asked Zlatan that. He's like, "No, my dad's from Bosnia though." So, yeah.
All right, you got to see the meme. Thanks, Marco.
I hate Zlatan, bro.
You hate him?
I hate him,
I
bro.
don't
He just
hate him.
I don't
He's a
hate
dick.
him. I mean, he played for my rivals. Half
his career.
half the rivals because he played for Juve. He played for AC Milan. He played for Manchester United.
The only team people that was in your favorite was
Didn't he play for Inter too? No.
Barca and Inter.
Yeah, he played for Barca and Inter. That's when I followed him. But then he played for. He did
Everybody else?
a Ronaldo on me, bro. He came to my team and then he left.
So maybe Zlatan's gonna bring the viewership back to Serie A because with Ronaldo and Zlatan there, that competition between them two is gonna be kind of fun to watch.
Let's just hope it goes somewhere. I mean, I don't know how much Zlatan has left in his legs, but it could
Enough for
be interesting.
45 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, you got a good 45 minutes.
I mean,
Put it this way. Again, I said if Zlatan goes to AC Milan, I'm gonna start watching Serie A. Well, I'm gonna watch a Coppa Italia now because he's gonna be in that game. That's what he does. So,
I mean, he's been there for a couple games already. Have you watched any games yet?
I do. I have.
Leave that in the back burner. So before we get into this weekend's games, we do want to go over some transfer news. I'm gonna list the major ones that we saw occur this past couple of days, this whole month actually. You guys can pick and choose which ones you want to focus on more because there have been some pretty crazy ones. First one being Christian Eriksen to Inter. Bruno Fernandes again lost his career and went to United. Haaland joined Borussia and is
Killing it.
killing it right now. Emir Can, that was today on transfer day deadline, loaned out to Borussia.
That was a good move. I have to bring that up because all the other ones we talked about, Bruno Fernandes we're going to talk about in a bit, but Emre Can, I wasn't expecting that. And finally, he made a smart move. He went to Juventus for money. My man was like on $180,000 a week.
No, he went to Juventus because he won the Champions League. Yeah, jokes
Exactly.
on you.
I thought it was the
fam.
money. If it was for the money, he
They
would have
say
stayed
that now.
there.
They say that now.
But he wasn't even signed up for the 25-man squad for the Champions League.
No.
So-
That's why he got pissed.
He got
and
sick.
That's
He
why
was
he's like, I'm
frustrated.
out.
Bro, man, that team has depth. Juventus has depth, and Emir Can, I think he's up there in age now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
Probably around
as soon
26,
as
27.
who
Still young.
who's
he was
the
23 or 24 when he left Liverpool, and that was about 3 years ago.
Jesus.
who's the player that went from Arsenal to Juve?
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey.
Ramsey.
As soon as I saw Ramsey go to Juventus, I was like, oh, Emer's done. He ain't going.
Yeah, he was
He's not gonna get
third.
no playing time over Ramsey.
Ramsey's barely getting any playing time right now. So
Who's gonna start?
it's a smart move for him. Borussia could deal with a CDM that can hold up the ball and help him out in defense. And these are the pickups that Borussia is doing that may actually help them towards the Champions League and towards winning the league. So it was a smart move on both ends, I think. It was
Yeah.
only for $30 million. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, it's
that's
cheap.
actually cheap.
I think it was loaned out.
No, he's loaned out.
Loaned out with
Option to buy at the end?
Have to buy at the end for $30 million. So
Okay. I mean,
that's, honestly, is that a negative move?
no, I don't
No.
think so.
It's a smart move.
I don't think he's gonna get into the starting lineup per se, but it adds depth,
No,
and he's gonna get into the rotation
I think-
heavily.
doesn't he have to
He
fight
will
with-
get into the rotation.
with Witzel for the position
Yeah, exactly. Witzel to me, I think he's better than
Exactly.
Chan, to be honest with you. But it's against the
as
rotation.
a backup for Witzel, perfectly fine.
and they needed depth for all the competitions they have going on.
And it's good for Juve because he went there on a free. So
Yeah.
He got money out of it.
Exactly.
So win for Juve, win for Borussia. Next, this one kind of caught me off guard a bit, and I'm kind of upset because I wanted to see him again do what he did last season for Borussia. Was Paco Alcacer going to
Alka
Villarreal.
Seltzer, man, dude, I was sure.
Oh, he went to
was there.
Villarreal?
He went to Villarreal. I think it was a sell. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it was a loan. But this one,
Just kick myself.
it's okay, Marco. Don't be
got nervous,
don't be
bro.
hurt about
He
it.
kicked the stand and the fucking mic hit him.
Oh, the camera got that.
did.
1, 2, 3
Yeah, I
cameras.
think it
That one maybe not.
But no, yeah, this one was kind of upsetting to me because he was doing so good at Borussia, and I think we all kind of on the same boat that we want Borussia to succeed, do more than what they've done in the past. And Paco Alcácer was definitely a big help to them last season.
Super sub, man.
Super sub,
He
the
was,
guy
he was, he was the
sold, man. I think
definition
that's
of a super sub.
and he
He's turning
got
into a journeyman, isn't he? Though.
Barcelona. Well, who's he back for Barcelona?
He was with
I forget.
Was it with like Sevilla or Valencia?
Somebody, but not.
might
But
have been
regardless,
Valencia, yeah.
pre-Barcelona, Barcelona, Borussia, and now he's at Villarreal, which again, maybe back to Spain, maybe back home. That's
He's
what
been
what he
plagued by
wanted,
injuries,
maybe.
Though. He's been plagued by injuries.
He has.
I don't know how much money he was on at Borussia, but it's time for him to go.
Yeah, yeah. Another
Maybe he just missed his family.
that too. Another again transfer day deadline loan was Igalo from
China.
China. He was at Watford before. Yeah.
Yep.
From Watford to China now. Now he's back in the Premier League. He's at United now. So
I was gonna say
Another
fuck-
career-
I
another
was
career
about to say
loss.
a fucked up joke. My bad. My mind.
we'll talk about it off camera.
I'll yeah. Off camera.
So Igalo, again, another player who lost his career going to United. Sorry to hear that. Another big one, which we covered before. I'm personally happy to see him come over to the MLS. Is Chicharito going to the MLS?
Cha.
So I think he's gonna blow it up in Galaxy, especially with the fan
Does
base.
it bother you guys how MLS strives to create? Like it feels like it's too forced.
It is no,
Like,
100%
Chicharito
is.
forced, which it ended up being cool. But Chicharito to Galaxy, so he could be contra Carlos Vela, and like they're just like
Nah,
it's
I mean,
forced.
the reason
it's frustrating.
It is
It's not-
forced.
It
He was.
is, but like with Chicha, I was like he wasn't gonna go to any other club,
He wasn't.
but the California club.
Where was he
Which is
gonna go?
Fine, which is fine.
Which
makes
it was fine
sense.
to me,
he
but
could have gone to San Jose or San Jose Earthquakes.
Yeah, but no,
There's no reason
but
he couldn't
nah,
go
Galaxy
they
is
don't
a
have the
bigger
money for that.
team.
No,
I get it that wise, but just the whole thing, like it's so commercialized. It's not like natural. It's not like he lived in LA for 6 months, for a year, or he developed there. It's not like he has some connection to the city. It's just
No.
literally for the headline.
Well,
He'll do that for
literally
Chivas
Well,
once he goes back to Mexico.
Like, you never know. He might have family out there.
All right,
so.
and to kind of I kind of want to that's maybe a good talking point. And it's just very briefly. I kind of do want to touch some light on it. That's the difference between the football across the sea in the UK, across the pond, as opposed to soccer over here. A lot of the players here are from other countries.
Mhm.
The players that are in the UK, for example, when the Liverpool United rivalry started, those were homegrown players who grew up to hating each other.
Yeah.
Over here, you're buying players. You're not gonna buy homegrown talent and then have them go against each other in the
I think
future.
And recently is when you start the academy start building and bringing
Exactly.
in players
Just
into
show.
the team.
Yes.
Which
That's what the
means,
Rebels are
that
doing,
means,
alright?
yeah,
We
they
don't buy
develop
players.
They
We develop.
have
Build them.
a love for the team
Mm-hmm.
compared to like let's say not to go Tim Howard. He's a Jersey guy. Did he play for the Manchester Stars?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Did he decide to come back to New York to play for Rebels?
No.
Play for Metro Stars? I think we played Columbus.
No, I think it's about Tony Miola. Did he play for Metro Stars? Tim Howard?
So
Regardless, he went to
yeah.
United after he left.
And then
MLS.
when he came back, he came to MLS, but he went to Colorado.
yeah,
Like
so
there's
that's the
no
thing.
like real love for
Oh,
a team.
We're getting a surprise call right now.
Ricky the Pundit, you're live on the air. Can you please tell us what the news is? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué te estás contando? ¿Qué te pasa?
Yo, it's just a simple question, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. You're a terrible pundit. Can you just please say something interesting?
I'm not gonna make it.
It's live.
Are
Are you high?
you coming? Are you coming to surprise our guests? No, our guests, our viewers. Sorry, and listeners.
I don't think so. I have to finish this.
All right, you guys heard it here first. He hates you all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll talk to you later, Ricky. Thank you for letting our viewers and listeners down. We'll catch you later, bro. All
All
right.
right, we'll see you later, bro.
So we're gonna reward. No, but yeah, regardless of where Tim Howard came from, where he went, that to me is not that's not the problem with MLS that they're forcing it. It's just the way it is because we don't have the rivalries that grew up for generations in the UK in Scotland, for example, the Rangers
Oh, the Old
Celtic
Firm,
rivalry.
yeah.
That's more than just a rivalry. That's a political. That's a lot of religion involved. A lot of things. You don't have that here.
Well, that's a lot of teams in Europe. That's how they were built.
Exactly, not
Even
here.
South America, they were built off of that.
And that's the problem with the U.S. soccer. And this is a completely different conversation that we can get into, but it's just the way that the players here aren't developed enough to be as world class as across the pond, and they end up buying players from other places. So that rivalry is never really natural. It's always going to be built. It's always going to be bought. It's always going to be marketed for other purposes as opposed to more of a team-to-team kind of thing,
Yeah, and for the most part, I think all of our best players started out in Europe and then came here. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean,
I think Clint
So
Dempsey's like
you're
the
so
only
you can
exception.
blame
I have
the
to settle for
development.
this.
You got to blame the development of the players.
We're gonna
that
put you
are
on spot,
brought
bro. Choose team.
Well, what you just told me, and I have been hearing about it, like the Red Bulls beginning to like only draw from their academy. I
here.
like
I'm
that.
talking the European
So-
style.
Yeah,
I'm leaning towards that way. Yes, it was a purchase club, but they're trying to do things the ground roots way, which is sort of making me like it.
And they have
But-
sister clubs, RB Leipzig, Salzburg. These are all sister clubs.
Anybody
Mhm.
that's RB.
Got it. All right, they got wings. Get it. All right, what's next?
So we had a big one that caught my eye: Carrasco to Atletico.
Yes, that was done today, and I'm actually surprised he went
he's
back
coming
there.
from France,
China,
right?
China.
Oh, he's coming from China.
Yeah.
But he came back. But he was at Atletico
Yeah,
before, wasn't
dude.
he?
Yeah,
Killed
right.
it,
Yeah,
killed it there. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So he was there when Simeone
so
had just
surprised.
started, and then Simeone stopped using him on the wing because he went to his normal. I think it was at the time he was playing like 4-4-2, and then Carrasco didn't really fit, so he wasn't playing. So he's like, all right, I'm young, I'm gonna chase the money. That's literally what he did. He went to China to play. 3 years later, he's coming back because he doesn't want to be there anymore. There's a wage cap,
A salary
in China.
gap.
Yeah,
Salary cap that
They just added that, right?
that just got implemented. So you're gonna see a lot of
Pedro's coming.
a lot of foreign
Oscar.
players coming
Oscar
back.
coming back. Hulk, I
Oh,
think I heard Hulk. rumors of
Oscar,
him going to the Premier League.
Hulk,
yeah.
So
Alex
Rondon, word
Rondon,
of him
yeah,
possibly coming back.
Alex Teixeira. There was so many players that went to
But
China.
was that? Do you guys know if that was placed by the FA or
no, that was placed by the Chinese FA.
Chinese
they-
FA?
Yeah, the government.
so
That's
they-
crazy because they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot and
Well,
losing all these
yes,
players.
but at the same time, they want to allow the homegrown players to develop as well.
Well, they did have one rule. I knew that no foreign goalkeeper was allowed to play on the squad.
Correct.
So only Chinese grown goalkeepers
yeah.
are allowed to be on the squad.
Yeah. So Carrasco's back in the league.
That's
which
crazy.
I really want to see how he's going to be playing. Under Simeone and with
see for how
with
long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the next 6 months he's out.
But that to me was a big one. Carrasco, phenomenal player. Keep an eye out for him. Danny Rose has been loaned out to Newcastle.
Was he ever really that good to be on Tottenham?
He-
I mean, he
Mm.
was good enough on Tottenham when
Yeah.
Tottenham was what 5-6 years ago.
Nah, he was good because he's the one who usurped
Walker?
Kieran Trippier. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You think he clashed heads with Mourinho? I mean, I'm honestly surprised he left, but
I
he's been
don't
trying
know.
to leave for a minute.
Yeah, he's been
hasn't
trying
Nah,
to
he's
leave.
been trying to
There's been
leave,
things going
yeah.
on behind closed doors that we don't know about. So either Mourinho or higher up, who knows? But
Yeah.
the fact that he left and went to Newcastle, a
Wasn't
domestic competitor, that to me is kind of like, wow, this is gonna be fun to watch. when
wasn't he
they
supposed
face
to go to
each other.
like Italy or something like that at the beginning of the season?
He was trying
was
to
like-
make
he was
that
really
move.
close to moving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
he
think he was
was
trying to go to
Inter or
Inter as
something.
well.
No, it wasn't
Eriksen.
Inter. It was
Some shit like that.
I think it was Roma.
I might have been Roma.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
you're
or
right.
something like that. Yeah, and then the deal didn't go through, but now he actually went to Newcastle, which
Yeah.
I mean, I think you mentioned it at the beginning of the podcast or before. That just means that Jalen's not gonna get that much playtime.
Yeah, he's done.
Well, he's also always injured. So
Yeah.
I think this was done today. Marcos Rojo.
no, that was like it was this week.
Oh, it was this week.
It was this week.
Where'd he go?
He went to Estudiante
Hmm.
in Argentina. It's where he came out of.
So all right. Well,
So he went back home basically.
maybe his career might start up again. So we'll
I
see.
thought he went back to school.
And again, the transfers that you got. I'm sorry, Paulo Mari and Cedric from Southampton have joined Arsenal.
I
So
couldn't believe the Cedric one. Now, is that a loan or is that a permanent?
It's a
one?
they're
loan.
both loan to buys at the end.
But you have to buy him.
No.
Option to buy, depending how they
But
perform.
the good thing about Cedric is his contract ends at the end of the season, so he's
It's a free
basically
pickup.
free. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's only gave Southampton 1 million.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, Arsenal surprised me with this transfer window. I was not expecting 2 signings, let alone 1
And defensive signings.
in defensive side, which is what we need.
and
So
Cedric plays on both left and right,
So-
mostly right, but he can play on the left as well.
We're
I
getting
just
depth.
love how they're late to the game. We already rated that team for all the fucking players.
And you mean it is what it is.
One player, I got congratulations. Jesus Christ. And Paulo Mari again came from Flamengo. Was actually I think the best center back in the Brazilian league. Won the Copa Libertadores with them. So that's a good pickup for Arsenal. Hopefully he proves what he was actually on Man City before.
Yeah.
Man City were apparently Pep Guardiola wanted him back, but he chose Arsenal. I mean, I don't know why, but given our current status, but thank you
Maybe-
for choosing us.
Maybe City just left a bad taste in his mouth.
Yeah, that too. So he did leave City with the Flamengo. He killed it over there, and now he's back in the Premier League and playing with Arsenal. So hopefully,
Maybe
does good.
sends something that Man City might not have at the end of the season.
well, we'll see. We'll see. And lastly, Liverpool signing from Salzburg was Minamino.
We've
And-
seen a few minutes of him. It's been great, but we wrapped up business before the window even opened. So if you don't know, you should have known.
Now you know.
And then there's Victor Moza went to Inter.
Oh yeah, the whole
there's
Inter transfer window. We
Ericsson,
forgot to mention that.
Nah, he said Ericsson.
Yeah. So yeah, Inter. That's our team, man. Who they bring in this transfer window?
who didn't they bring in?
Who didn't they bring in? Exactly. Yeah. Who didn't they bring in this transfer window?
There's still probably a couple Premier League rejects that they have.
They could have brought in.
They haven't. But who else?
Ashley Young.
Honda.
Oh, Honda. Yeah, you said
Yeah.
they went to Brazil.
Yeah, he went to Botafogo.
Honda. That's crazy. I forgot about him honestly, but that's good for him.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember him in the World Cup. Yeah, amazing.
The transfer window's closed. You know, again. In
Oh, there was
Europe.
another one. Because I remember this because he basically got kicked out when Zlatan came in. Piatek.
Oh, I did see that, but where'd he go?
Shit, I forgot where he went.
Let us know in the
yeah.
comments or whatever.
Text us.
Text
Yeah,
us.
basically Zlatan came in, he lost his spot. So
Based off of the all the names we just went off, and again, there's a lot more, but we just give the ones that we really want to shout out. Who do you guys think won the transfer window this season? Given not just by the names they signed, but what they added to the team.
Borussia.
Galaxy.
I'm
Arsenal.
gonna have to go with Borussia.
Arsenal went for what they needed.
I,
Defense.
look, I agree with you, but
No,
Haaland,
no.
Haaland,
You guys
Oh, well,
won.
that, yeah.
You guys won the 3 Bs: bueno, bonito, y barato.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay? I'll give you that.
For those of you who don't know what he just said, good, cheap, and pretty. I
Pretty,
guess.
yeah.
I mean, you gotta give a mention to Inter though. Damn,
I mean, yeah, you guys went dumpster diving, so
sorry,
Yeah.
bro.
You picked up a spud.
It worked out for Lukaku.
Lukaku.
Oh,
Nah,
I can't,
Nah,
I
but
can't, I
ju-
can't.
just given the performances, what I've seen already, because I still haven't seen all of Inter's players come, flourish yet. Haaland, 2 games in, 5 goals as a sub, 59 minutes. That's a winner for me right there.
Sold Paco Alcacer and then got Emre Can on a very low wage bill, probably
Yeah.
very cheap. It could turn around their season. So
Yeah,
I give it to Borussia.
Who do you get the window to? Inter?
I give it to Inter, yeah.
And you said Arsenal? All right, those are our winners. Do you guys want to go to halftime or just end up with the weekend's games?
Ended up with
Rama's
the good game,
there.
bro.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, that's what she said.
Look into the future.
Wrap your wig, don't be silly. Don't be a fool, wrap your tool. No glove, no love. And that's from all of us here. So this weekend's matchups, we got a couple of good ones to keep an eye out for. We have, I already put this down. I'm surprised he did, but of course,
You
not
told me to put it
surprised.
down, so I did.
He put Liverpool A versus Liverpool B. On
It's a
to the
scouting game. We want to see how Southampton's developing our players, and hopefully, if they're doing well, we'll buy.
I thought you already had
pretty
rated
much.
Southampton, and then we just pick up the scraps. But you still go and look at them.
He
Well, we're
You're basically eating your own words.
We're double checking the.
Huevón.
We're checking the.
Just get
the
a yellow
pollen.
for that. Just
I mean,
yeah. Talking out of your ass.
when it's convenient for Liverpool, they're Liverpool B, and we can go and scout them. But when we do it,
I'm just upset that you possibly took one of our future players. That's all I'm saying.
Eddie's like, yeah, I don't want to say anything because I might get a yellow too.
Yeah, pretty much.
You still haven't kept track of the cards yet.
Yeah,
We got it.
honestly,
I got 2.
Honestly, though, Danny Ings has been putting up numbers for me on fantasy, so it's like I'm a little excited, but I hope he doesn't score this weekend.
I mean, I wasn't really trying to get into this conversation with Liverpool and Southampton.
You
to be
brought
honest
it up.
with you.
I was just
it's
joking,
it's written down, so
¿Para qué lo pusiste entonces?
you wrote it down.
You told me.
Not
to-
me.
You told him to write it
I
down.
was
Stop
joking.
It.
He actually listened to me. Now I've been mentioning Arsenal playing. I don't even
When
know.
do I
who.
not listen to you?
But you
A lot
love
of
being
times.
heard, bro.
So we have. I want to see this game for last. So we have RB Leipzig versus Mönchengladbach.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be a good game to watch. I mean, honestly, the Premier
How's the
League right
table
now
looking
is
right now?
sort of dead.
Well, it's not a
Uh,
good game for Marco because he doesn't rate the
I know.
Bundesliga though.
But
And
France
and your
overall, is that
oh
what you're
my
saying?
and your co
I was about to bring him up. So because of Andrew, I am gonna start watching because his last podcast and
yes, his last podcast was very good, very well done, Andrew.
Welcome to the Bundesliga.
okay.
Make sure you guys tune in for that to watch him. To watch his podcast.
He got
his
into
podcast.
it, and he actually was like one of the last ones. He was like, "Please, I know a lot of you out there are EPL fans. Please come and check out Bundesliga because this season is actually very, very good."
And it is because Mönchengladbach are 2 points behind.
Any jabs at you, bro?
I think that was a jab.
Oh, come on, bro.
You would throw a jab at me.
Yeah.
No.
RB Leipzig are hosting. Yeah, they're hosting them and they're 2 points ahead right now. But Bayern Munich is only 1 point behind. So again, this is, I would even say, a four horse race because Borussia are only 4 points behind RB Leipzig as well. So it's from 40, 39, 38, 36 points. That's a pretty
It's a tight
race.
league, man. It's good to watch, and I mean, you got to give love to a league that's getting competitive. So I want to watch this game, definitely more than any other Premier League games, other than Liverpool, of course. But
Here we go again.
What?
All right. So aside from
biased.
that,
Everybody knows
make
that.
sure you gotta watch out for that game. Italy, no big fixtures, so look out for upsets. Then we have Tottenham versus Man City.
Oh, you skipped over this one.
No, we'll go to that one next because that one I think we should say this for last, and then we're going to that one next. But Tottenham versus Man City.
It'll be a good game. Pep Mourinho again.
Pep Mourinho. That's a fun one to watch. That's gonna be a fun one to watch.
They're both downhill right now.
they both need the points, really.
I mean, they do.
More so Spuds than
I think
course.
they
Yeah.
need it more. Yeah, definitely.
Wait, did Tottenham sign a striker this window?
Yeah. You're completely right. I forgot to mention that. They signed the guy from PSV. I think his name is Bergwijn. So he's a highly rated player from PSV, supposedly. I haven't seen him play. He
hasn't scored in a while.
He hasn't scored in a while in Champions League though.
No. Oh, you said Dutch, so like didn't Van der Beek leave too?
I don't think so.
I remember
At least
reading
not-
that he left.
At least not to Tottenham.
Have you seen
No,
Van der
not
Beek?
to Tottenham, but he left.
He left.
I remember reading that.
Isn't
That's
Van der
crazy.
Beek
He did leave.
From,
Hold on,
isn't
I
he
gotta find
from
out.
Ajax?
Yeah.
Yeah, Van der
No,
Beek
but
is-
he said the dude that Tottenham signed Dutch. and
Well,
just-
not only did
Oh,
they sign
okay.
him, they made Lo Celso.
And they made Lo
permanent.
Celso
Oh, they made Lo
Yeah.
Celso
I
permanent,
don't
which
understand why. Like they haven't really used him.
I
And he's not
mean-
that much of a great player either.
But
I mean,
regardless, this
he-
is a good game to watch.
he
You
missed
know,
that wide open goal against Liverpool. So
what do you guys? How do you guys see this game going? Spurs are at home, by the way. So and Spurs do have a home. They do have a home base. I mean, it's shit Hart Lane, but whatever.
I'm gonna be rooting for Tottenham, but nah, like I just can't see him beat City. So
no, that's
It's
why
gonna be
I
City
was
for
gonna
me,
go
man.
more with like a tie.
Let's
If anything, but
let's look at what Mourinho has done to Pep. Let's not look at Spurs versus City. Mourinho versus Pep. Mourinho
that
has
was
kind
Sansa?
of been Pep's kryptonite when he was at Real Madrid. He stopped the Barcelona dominance in La Liga.
yes, he did.
What about Manchester United? He prevented him from winning it at Old Trafford.
yeah.
All right, big deal.
but it's still something.
It's not the fact that it's Mourinho. He kind of knows Pep, and Pep knows Mourinho too.
and it's
this is a
two
game to watch.
different football styles.
Completely different football
Completely
styles.
different.
So I think it kind of has a name. Like
I could see that. Honestly, given that Spurs are at home, I don't want them to win at all because it doesn't benefit Arsenal in any shape, way, or form. But I'm gonna give it to Spurs. A
Also,
2-1.
if you guys have time and if it's still up, check out Eric's reaction to the
That's why he's voting
the Sky
for
the
Spurs.
Sky Sport the Sky
Sky
Sports
Sports,
thing.
no.
That was the funniest shit ever.
I wonder how many times Diego took to get that video to get United on. Fuck, he said the first time. Bullshit, bro.
Alright.
But yeah, I mean, just given the way, I'm not gonna go based off a team. I'm gonna go based off of coaches and their previous history. Either a draw or a win for Spurs.
I'm going Man City.
I mean, I want them to win, of course. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, no, I think Man City can take it.
I got a
Tottenham
tie.
is not looking good.
yeah, time.
Yeah, I think Man City, bro. Just Aguero's gonna be at the right spot at the right
Yeah,
time.
but-
Listen,
split bench.
I'm 100% on you on that. But
But when don't we have a split bench?
for real.
Usually it's a 4-way split.
Now, the other game that Eddie was mentioning was the Manchester United versus Wolves game. This is the last Premier League game we're going to kind of go over. And the reason why I say that for last is because this is Diego's worst nightmare, where Raul Jimenez will be going up his beloved Manchester United.
Raul Jimenez is gonna score a hat trick. and he's gonna celebrate.
I don't know if it's truly Diego's worst nightmare or Ricky's because he calls himself a Man U
Ricky is
fan.
not a United fan. First of all, we've made that point very clear.
Yeah, but he trolls like he's a United fan.
Yeah.
He doesn't celebrate like
But
he's a United
look,
fan.
like,
I mean,
he
look,
doesn't
who-
know-
he
he doesn't know
Who's
the
his
games.
who's
He
his
doesn't-
cousin?
The stat troll.
Well,
Good.
there you go. So it makes
Yes.
sense. But I mean, this is gonna be a great game. Wolves versus United. United are at home. United have brought in Bruno Fernandes. Good luck to you there. By the way, did you see the comment that they put? A sport thing said, "Take care of our boy" to United, and then
Oh
somebody
my
said,
God.
"Don't worry, we won't." So I thought that was great. But I mean, will Jimenez bring it to them? Will Traore run down the past Luke Shaw and just leave him in the dust?
Dude, I just want to watch
Look,
this game
no,
to
it's not-
watch the humiliation.
It's not gonna be Luke Shaw. It's gonna be right.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's on that side, on the right side, on United's left side.
Left side. Oh
Traore's,
yeah,
right side. Yep.
yeah. I thought it was Wan Bissaka. Never mind.
We suck ass. But
Dude, honestly, Wolves has all to do here, and they can win it at Old Trafford. It's going to be an exciting game. I want to see Nuno do well. I want him to advance in the Premier League and get possibly into Champions League. I mean, he's right there. He could do it. So, to all those Wolves fans out there, oh!
Well, I am good.
that was a good one.
Are you gonna rescind his yellow
Do I
card?
get my rescind?
Nah,
No,
no,
that's stupid comments. Stupid comments.
Nah, I am gonna look forward to watching Jimenez go up against Maguire to see.
I just want Maguire to be put in his ass so bad.
That would be hilarious.
I just want it to
Because
happen
Jimenez
so
is
bad.
good, bro. He's shifty. He's kind of tall too, right?
He's tall. He's fast, man. He's
Jota,
Yeah, he's
basic.
fast. He got some good legs on him. So.
Stop checking him out. I think.
Damn, man.
yeah,
Marco, any thoughts?
Wolves gonna walk away with the win, bro. I think it's like between Jota and Jimenez, one of them is gonna definitely score. Hopefully Jimenez is the one. I think it'll be a little even. It'll hurt or sting a lot more to both Man U Mexican
so
fans.
who do you guys think
Jimenez.
that that's gonna try to body Traore and fail?
No.
Oh.
I want to see that or Phil Jones if he starts.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, I think Wolves made a transfer this window, didn't they?
Did they?
I thought they did.
I think they did bring
They,
somebody.
That's what I
they
wanted to
brought in a
check.
kid, and they also let go of one of their defenders, I believe.
Oh, they brought in that kid that he's 17 years old. I just saw an interview with him.
Yeah.
Regardless, but that they made
And
a
then
signing.
one of the Wolves players, Burnett, I think it was, got transferred to Leicester City.
yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Now, Mark, I want to keep it on you. That's why I saved you for last because the Madrid Derby is happening this weekend. Tomorrow. Hopefully, we can live stream this. That's the goal for that. What's your thoughts on this, man? Are you nervous? Are you not worried at all, given Atletico's current form?
I'm nervous because you always have to go nervous into these games. We are at home. It is at Santiago Bernabeu, so that does give me a little bit more confidence. But we're still not 100% there. We don't have our quote unquote big stars, but we're doing really well what we got. So I think we're gonna walk away with a win, but it's not gonna be like oh my god, it's gonna be like a 2-1, 1-0.
You know what I was
Something
surprised
like
about? Cavani didn't make the transfer over to Atleti, right?
Yeah, that's what they're
that
saying.
it was written. Honestly, I thought that was a transfer that Atleti had to make. I thought that they'd have a good possibility.
They couldn't get rid of
signing him.
Lemar.
Yeah, that was the thing. They wanted to get Lima off the bill to bring in Cavani, but nobody wanted
It
Lima.
was a factor of $5 million. I mean, honestly, he wasn't going to play for this game either. I'm going Atleti, but honestly, I have no hope. Atleti have not been looking good. They can't score, and they're always prone to at least one goal. And with Real Madrid playing so well, it's going to happen. Someone's going to score. It's going to end up being a possibly 1-0 game because they won't be able to score. And best case scenario, Real Madrid win by more than one. Do you see it going any other way?
I hope not. I mean, I hope Real Madrid bring it to them. They are leading the Liga right now by 3 points, so they have to keep this form going. Any slip up, Barcelona are right there on their heels. And even though Barcelona are in the greatest form right now, you can't count them out at any point of the season. So Real Madrid had to take advantage of the fact that Atletico are doing so bad across the board.
This is Atleti's opportunity to get back on the scoreboard and
It
possibly
is.
do some catch up work.
This
but
is where they can get back into the race as long as they put stop Real Madrid from getting that bigger gap between them and Atletico. But I don't know. I see Madrid doing the business.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to do the business.
Plus, Atletico is already like down right now because they didn't
I think
just
they're
get
sixth.
No, down meaning like more like themselves. They're down because they just came from losing
They're down in the dumps. Their morales was crap.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, they
because
have nothing going for
didn't
them.
they
They're in
just
fifth.
lose?
Yeah, they lost.
They lost.
No, they drew. They drew the Leganes, I believe.
That's right. Yeah,
They drew the Leganes this past week, and
But they
and
lost the Copa del Rey, right? They're not longer in
They
it.
lost the Copa del Rey, yes. And I mean, they've been in very, very bad form. They're in fifth place right now.
They're in fifth place. If with this, they have a possibility of closing the gap down to 7 points from Real Madrid.
Which isn't.
If you're down,
it's not. That's not a small gap.
It's not a small gap, but it's a doable gap. Real Madrid get a couple ties, and Atleti keep winning, then yeah, they're still back in the race. But they lose tomorrow. That's it. They're not coming back. They're forfeiting possibly Champions League positions, and Atleti can't do that.
Yeah, unless
The way
Barcelona
everybody's
and,
looking,
and unless Barcelona and Real Madrid decide to have like that one run that Barcelona had, that had like 3 lost games like in 5, that just made it almost. I think they still won the league that year, but Real Madrid was like still on their ass, like to the last game.
That was I think there was a season where we lost 3 in a row, which literally knocked them out of Champions League, and they lost the cup.
Yeah.
They lost the league. They got the Copa del Rey that year. So
Cool.
yeah, that's Real Madrid. Barcelona. That was like 3 years ago.
That was the year that Atletico won, right?
One
No,
more.
the year after, it was like 2 years after. The year that we won it, the 33.
Oh, okay.
So.
I can't see Madrid losing at home. Real Madrid losing at home.
Wait, which one? There's two. There's two playing that day.
Eddie, we all agree Madrid's not going to lose at home.
And to kind of make the point out you say about giving forms, it's the derby. We all know tactics kind of go out the window at that point. Any final thoughts, gents?
Nothing, man. Pre-game's over. I'm ready to go drink. Let's go do this.
Go. So we're gonna end it here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing. If you don't know where to find us, go to the beginning of this podcast video and you'll hear it then. We're not going over it again. So
Yes,
from
sir.
all of us here at the bench, benchwarmers, I fucked that up. How's it again? Damn it! I deserve it. I deserve that.
Yo, how does it feel?
Wait,
Edgar Bar.
Is that your first one?
Edgar,
Yeah.
how does it feel to give it your first yellow?
Double check. Yes, that was a proper good yellow given. I'm very happy.
Was it an armpit one?
Approved.
Was it an armpit?
Dude, he was way over the line. Had no idea what he was doing.
I was completely lost on that one. I deserve that. I deserve that. I'll take that.
Era un moco por la oreja?
I love that saying he does. I'm as lost as a booger in a year. That's so funny. I don't know
That
why.
makes no sense to me. But
It's so funny though. You are the bench was the voice, where the bench is always warm.
Peace.